What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with Astrodfs bringing you a brand new video. Today's video, I'm going over week 3's first game. It's the Saturday game between Seattle and Las Vegas. So we have the Vegas Vipers at home, the Sea Dragons on the road. And this is going to be an interesting game, to say the least. Obviously, both teams aren't where they want to be. I believe the Sea Dragons here are very misjudged in a way. I think they have a very good offense. A lot of turnovers have killed their team so far. And that's all it is. Like, they could have easily beat St. Louis, in my opinion. But turnovers prevented that. But Ben DiNucci and this offense look like one of the stronger offenses, at least in the past game, one of the stronger offenses in the league. And on Vegas side, it looks like Perez is starting, but I would not be surprised if Hundley doesn't get in again. This time with some better weather conditions than it was when they were playing DC. So let's break it down. Usually I'll kind of break down value, stuff like that, but for XFL, I'm just going to break down team and just what I like on each one. So on Seattle, yes, I like Ben DiNucci here. I like Josh Gordon in this game. I think it's a pretty good bounce-back game for Josh Gordon. Pearson remains to be the #1 receiver so far for the Seattle offense. It's still young into the season, so it's very hard to judge, but as of right now, he appears to be not only Seattle's #1 receiver, but one of the best receivers in the league. So 9,600 Pearson and Josh Gordon at 10-2. I'm okay with paying all three of these guys in this matchup. We know for sure they're going to be on the field. Vegas is going to be different, but we'll talk about that soon. Blake Jackson questionable. I do believe he's not questionable anymore. I believe he's good to go. 7,200, yet again another good target in this matchup. What you want is volume and consistency. Although Josh Gordon last week did not have a lot of volume, so the consistency wasn't there. But overall, the player that he is, he's a very explosive player, and I believe he is, like, all three receivers you can go. If you wanted to save, and you still want to go 2 Seattle wide receivers, you pretty much pick between Gordon, Pearson, and then throw Jackson in there. We already know, unfortunately, yet again, Brendan Knox is out. He appeared to be one of the running backs we were looking for, but he is out at 6,000, so that gives us some value on Morgan Ellison and TJ Hammonds. Both those guys, 3,200 and 5K. I would pick Ellison at 5,000 to play, but that doesn't mean for value 3,200 Hammonds is there. We also have what's called their tight end. I don't think they have on DraftKings listed a tight end. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, and I apologize for it, but Charlie T is what we're just going to call him at 2,400. Gets on the field. His volume has not been there, but he does get on the field. So at 2,400, he is definitely a play, and that's pretty much it for the Seattle side. A lot of these guys are just dart throws, even the kicker, Eberl. A lot of these guys are darts. The last guy that I'm taking a chance on is Charlie T here at 2,400. The Vegas side is where it gets interesting. So Jeff Badette is the #1 receiver as of right now for Vegas, as far as numbers go and all that. I don't feel confident in taking a quarterback in this slate. If you want to run multiple lines and have multiple quarterback lines with Perez, lines with Hundley, be my guest. Like I said, if I had to guess, Hundley will finish the game as quarterback unless he gets hurt or something like that. But for performance-wise, unless Perez gets something going, Hundley should take over this game and the starting position. I thought he was going to take it over, but apparently they're not confident in him yet. Geronimo Allison getting healthy, still has yet to have an explosive game, and Martavis Bryant is another name that I like, but as far as consistency and the volume, Jeff Badette is there for me. Running backs is where it gets interesting on the Vegas side. You have Rod Smith at 64 and John Lovett at 54. If I had to pick someone in this one, I'm going to pick John Lovett, just a better receiving back, and getting a little bit more consistency with his rushing attempts. So at 5,400, John Lovett is who I'm taking over Rod Smith. As far as defenses go, if I had to pick a defense, I'm going on the Vegas side. I don't like I think Vegas's offense has a lot of potential there as well. I just don't think we've seen good enough quarterback play yet to kind of show what this offense can be. And I believe in this game we're going to see a high-scoring game. if I'm picking a winner, it's Seattle. But I do think I would not be surprised if Vegas pulls this one out. But I do think Seattle is going to take this one. As far as anything value-wise, Torrey down here has gotten some volume. Sexton's got some volume. They do run 2 tight end formations quite a bit. But as far as the guy that I'm going lowest, it's probably Sexton. Cynic Sweeting here at 4,800 is definitely another guy that I'm looking at. I don't think he's probable anymore. I think he's good to go at 4,800. But as far as who I'm going lowest, like Torrey, Sexton, I would just lean towards Sexton. You can go Torrey, but I'm liking John Lovett here in that matchup. So let's kind of get it going and see what we could do. I mentioned Ben DiNucci. I like Ben DiNucci in this. I like Pearson. We need to get someone on the Vegas side and someone that's going to give us some money. And we're going to take both running backs. We're going to take Ellison and Lovett in the running back spot. We need to get a receiver for the Vegas side, and we're just going to stay with Badette. I'm okay with going Martavis Bryant instead if you wanted to. And that leaves us 5,200, and we're going to go Sweeting. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in tomorrow's video going over the 3-game slate.